The following program is a presentation of Jez Sports.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Main Event Podcast. Today we are talking about one of my favourite events of the year, the Royal Rumble. My name's Dan, the champion, joined as always by Jez. How are you doing, Jez?
I am doing okay, recovering from illness as is tradition on any of Jez Sports podcast or any of the things that I do, but I'm a lot better now than I was last week. It was really good that we had pre-recorded last week's episode.
Yes.
Because come Tuesday, like the time that we record, I would not have been healthy enough to do it, and we would have been behind. So it's a good job that we stacked those up. I should try and do that more often for my own sanity. But yes, the Royal Rumble, one of my favourites. I think pretty much if you are a wrestling fan, especially a WWE fan, then the Royal Rumble is a highlight of your calendar. I know a lot of people who don't watch wrestling all year round, but will tune into the Royal Rumble. They'll tune into WrestleMania. Like, this is the kind of peak season, isn't it, for WWE? And we were hoping for a good one after last year's was, quite frankly, dire. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed parts of it, and I had a little look back at what I thought of it from last year's episode, but it certainly was subpar, and there were not any surprises. So we were hoping for some surprises in this one. Shall we crack on with the event?
Yeah, crack on.
They kicked it off, as they meant to go on. The opening contest was the men's Royal Rumble match. I think we'll probably be a little bit more than the kind of three pros and cons that we kind of aim for, because it's a long old match and there's a lot to discuss. So I'll kick it off. And I think a lot of our pros and cons are just going to be discussion points to start off conversations. Yeah. And my first pro is the return of Pat McAfee. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see him back.
I think Pat and Corey actually quite bounced off each other quite well all night, actually.
Yeah, I hope they keep that trio as their premium live event group.
That worked.
And what I would like is for Wade Barrett to now go over to Raw to work with Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves, because that tandem isn't working for me. And I think it's Kevin Patrick. I don't think he's a very good commentator.
I don't think Kevin Patrick's not doing anything. He doesn't really have any personality.
He doesn't, no.
He just kind of says what's happening in the ring, and that's
He just sounds charming because he's got an Irish accent. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, that is his shtick. He's like, I'm Irish. Yeah. Like, great. There's a lot of Irish people. What makes you stand out from the rest and be good at this job? Because right now you are, not really. He was a good backstage interviewer. I enjoyed him in that role. Commentator, so
no. He doesn't really have like a banter.
No, no.
He literally just says what's happening.
No, and the only thing I have enjoyed is him kind of like throwing a dig in at Dominic Mysterio and then like retreating back into himself when Rhea threatens to sit on him, basically. So that's good fun. Maybe they could get Vic Joseph up from NXT again. I know that Vince had an issue with his commentary, but I'm sure Triple H likes him. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't be there anymore, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
They'd be moving him on in the company. So Pat McAfee's back. That's cool. And then we got into the match. Sheamus and Gunter. Picking up where they left off from Clash at the Castle, basically. And my major pro from that opening was then when they added The Miz into the mix and they were just missing each other's chops on each other, and The Miz was taking the brunt of it in the corner. That was really entertaining to me.
Yes.
Yeah. And do stop me if you feel like your your pro or con kind of fits into the into the timeline here. It's going to be quite difficult to keep this all in line, but we'll do our best. And then things progressed for a while, and we had Drew McIntyre join Sheamus. How do you feel about this? Well, the tag team in general, this partnership again, after all of the rigmarole that we went through to separate them and have that rivalry with them.
I'm not really interested in it.
No, I think
I think the only thing that would make it interesting, and this is the only thing that would make me interested in Drew McIntyre, to be honest, is if Drew McIntyre is the one who betrays Sheamus.
Yeah,
that was the only way. Sheamus stays babyface, but Drew turns heel.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for Drew McIntyre turning heel. I think that needs to happen at some point again soon. I feel for Butch and Cassidy, or whatever the other one's called.
Cassidy.
Yeah.
Do you mean Ridge Holland?
That's him. Yeah, but Butch and Cassidy, the Sundance Kids or whatever. I don't know, like some kind of Western thing. Yeah, I feel sorry for them because they're supposed to be like the major tag team in that group. Yeah. And they're propelling Sheamus into singles action. And now, they've been cast off, and Sheamus and Drew are the tag team, and it's a bit bit weird. I do like the dynamic between them, and bringing it back to the Royal Rumble match, I did like them pairing up throughout the entire match. They had lots of good moments. I think my favourite one was them just stopping what they were doing and waiting in the ring with massive smiles on their faces while Brock Lesnar made his way to the ring. Yeah. They just stood there grinning, like, we're going to have a good scrap here. This is going to be wicked.
Going to have a banger.
Yeah, I hate that so much, that banger thing. And
I know you do.
I feel like they're in massively risky territory as well, calling that team the Banger Brothers.
Oh, yes.
They knew what they were doing. And
they knew what they were doing.
They even made that joke a little bit on commentary that what are we calling them? Oh, we can't really say it on television. And then they just proceeded to do so. So, yeah. Do you really want your young audience Googling that Banger Brothers? I don't think you do. I think that's going to get you in trouble, and it's not the desired effect of what you want. So maybe cut that out. Quick, sharp.
Just call them Sheamus and McIntyre. Just
break them up and send them on their merry way. That's a much better scenario for everyone, in my opinion.
Break the bang up.
Break the bang up, yeah. Quit banging everywhere, will you? You're making
We hate the banging.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Stop banging all over the ring. Anyway.
So I'm on to the Brock Lesnar kind of section of the Royal Rumble, unless you have anything to...
was Karrion Kross before that?
He might be, actually. Yeah. So, let's talk about
Karrion Kross. I think he could have had a bit of a better showing.
I'm so disappointed in how
I was so disappointed.
It's not even just the Royal Rumble. It was the SmackDown before it as well, with Ray beating him clean after a freaking crucifix roll-up. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? And I'm right, okay, no, give it a chance. Like, stop being, cynical, skeptical, Jez. Give it a chance. Yeah. Let them get to the Rumble, and let Karrion Kross just pure destroy Rey Mysterio and leave him in a pool of his own blood and get that kind of redemption as a heel. Yeah. So then he was in. Ray wasn't even there because they had him be beaten up by Dominic for all intents and purposes. We don't really know. And then he was just randomly quickly eliminated by Drew McIntyre, whom he'd already had a rivalry with, so there's no story there.
Yeah.
And Karrion's just Karrion, really.
Yeah.
He's gone from Karrion with a K to Karrion with a C, just dead in the water. Massively
carrying those bags.
He will be carrying those bags, carrying Scarlett's bags, because I think they want to get her in the ring, and that may, overshadow Karrion Kross, because it's Scarlett, and then people want to see that. Yeah, so that was hugely disappointing. Then we'll move on to more Lesnar stuff and the introduction of Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
I did like that Bobby Lashley just came in and quickly eliminated Brock.
Yes.
It was predictable because we know that that's where they're going. We're going for them at WrestleMania in the rubber match from their rivalry. So it was predictable, but it was still entertaining. I liked Brock Lesnar smashing things up after the fact he was eliminated as well. The only thing I didn't like about that is just all of a sudden then he was gone.
Yeah.
He was like, Brock smash! Brock go to ringside! Brock flip! Oh no, actually I'm just going to go.
I'm just going to. Yeah.
I'll go quietly, thanks. Which was
I like how he took out Corbin as well.
Yes, that was cool. Yeah. I really don't understand what they're doing with poor Corbin. They repackage him, they hype him up, and then they bury him again. They repackage him, they hype him up, and then they bury him again. And it's just give the guy at least a month to try and do something, honestly, because he's good in the ring and he's a good heel. Just let him go back to his weird-looking motorcycle gimmick with the spotlights and just let him beat people up.
Yeah,
stop messing with the guy. Honestly, he's a Triple H guy as well. You know, from the original NXT. So stupid. You try and scooch in a pro or a con now, based on where we are in the match.
This is where it gets to the Rey Mysterio doesn't come out, isn't it?
Oh yes, yeah.
And then Dominic comes out and fails miserably to rip his mask. Did you see?
Yeah,
you can see him just trying the whole way down the ramp, and he gets to it, and you just look at it and no, you've done nothing there.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do it, at least I don't know, make it easier by cutting a bit so you can actually rip it.
Oh, it's unnecessary. We're not going to get anywhere with this Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio thing because Rey won't fight his son. Legit won't have a match with his own son. So it's not going to go anywhere. Let's just let Dominic go and be, an ex-con Dom. That shit's fun. Dom. Yeah. We like that.
Dom is just so stupid.
It's wonderful.
It's stupid.
You shut your mouth. It's hilarious.
It's stupid.
He did time, Dan. You can't, have some respect. He did hard time. And now he's living the consequences. He's
hard time of a couple of hours.
He's been warped. His mind has been warped. He had to fight for his very existence. And he finally made his way back to Mommy.
Shut up, Jed.
So at that point, we'll move into more Judgment Day type stuff. We had the entire Judgment Day, sans Rhea Ripley, in the match in one go. I enjoyed Damian Priest yeeting Montez Ford out of the ring so that he could not, try and touch the floor with 1 foot and escape. No, you are going out of the ring. Yeah, that is what is happening.
You're going out whether you like it or not.
You either land on your feet or you land on your head. Either way, your feet are going to touch at some point in the next 10 seconds. You might want to protect yourself and land on your feet. So that was cool. The Judgment Day eliminating Edge illegally. Yeah. That was cool. Edge being there was kind of predictable, but he got a big pop. Not as big as his, whatever, was it 2020? 2020. Just before we all went into lockdown, Edge returned. Not as big as that, but pretty big. I didn't like the Beth Phoenix stuff because it's Beth Phoenix, isn't it?
You don't like boring. Beth Phoenix?
She's just boring, man, and she's never done it for me. And then in the mix of all of that with the Judgment Day, we had Seth Rollins introducing Baron Corbin to the match, only to immediately eliminate him, which was pretty fun. As much as I feel sorry for Corbin in his booking, that was pretty funny. Yeah. It only leaves me with 2 cons. I don't think we're quite there yet. Or maybe we are. Yeah, let's do this next con. Booker T.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Booker T limping his way to the ring.
was so pointless.
And then is eliminated almost immediately. What an absolute waste of a spot.
We could have had somebody else in the Royal Rumble.
It could have literally been anyone, and it would have been better. You know, Booker T needs to stay retired.
We could have had the returning Rick Boogs who returned on Raw last night.
Oh, okay.
We could have just had that. That would have.
We could have had Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a rumor, and I didn't believe it for a second, but there was a rumor that we were going to have the Great Muta and Shinsuke Nakamura in the match as his final thing. I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah, no.
He's not retiring. His last match being the WWE Royal Rumble. No. That's not fitting of his legacy. That was a stupid rumor.
Yeah.
But there was even rumor of them like repeating the stolen missed spot in the Rumble. Yeah. I'm like, I'm pretty sure anybody that wants to see the Great Muta has seen that match. Yeah. You know, it was a big deal. Silly idea. So that was a thing. Booker T, great. Yeah. I'd say go back to commentary, but I don't like him doing that either. So go back to running Reality of Wrestling. You seem to be pretty good at that. So so go for it. Logan Paul. That's my last con.
What, just Logan Paul?
Just Logan Paul is the con. And I've got a few pros that take us through to the end.
Okay, go on then.
Logan Paul is actually in my pros as well, which is disappointing.
I hate it.
And it wasn't just him, it's the Logan Paul and Ricochet colliding in midair spot. Obviously,
that's awesome.
That's in my list of great things in this match. That was really cool. But then I kind of like that we forgot about him.
Yeah.
And that he then came back in and like the slime that he is, slithered his way back into the ring.
Yeah.
And eliminated our savior, Wrestling Jesus, Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where that's going. That's going to be WrestleMania, him and Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I guess Seth's got to do something.
Yeah.
It's never going to top what he did last year with Cody and all of that hype. So yeah, I guess you got to do something. Any last pros or cons from you before we get to the finish?
No.
Okay. My last two then. Gunter breaking Rey Mysterio's record for the longest time in a Royal Rumble match. Thank God. So sick of hearing Rey Mysterio's name when it comes to the Royal Rumble. Honestly, it's been 15 years, and they're still like, "Oh, Rey Mysterio." I'm like, "Oh, mate, this was a terrible idea then." And he only won the Rumble because Eddie Guerrero died. That is it. That's the only reason he won the Rumble. He would not have done so otherwise. And I hate still to this day that the death of Eddie Guerrero improved the career of Rey Mysterio. It makes me feel nauseous. So good for Gunter.
Gunter, it was 1 hour 11 seconds or
1 hour 11 minutes, I think. Yeah. Because Rey Mysterio, as Michael Cole would tell you 6 times a Royal Rumble match for the last 15 years, lasted 1 hour and 2 minutes.
So Gunter pretty much smashed it.
He absolutely smashed it. Yeah, he took that record and laid a fat chop on it like he does.
Good on you, Gunter, even though Michael Cole can't say Gunter.
Gunther?
He says Gunther.
Gunther.
No, Gunter.
And the other final pro is the really long final 2 at the end. I don't think we've had a final 2 last that long in a Rumble before.
No.
Citation needed. Memory isn't what it used to be, but I really enjoyed it lasting that long and wondering because we knew Cody was going to win, but wondering all that time whether they were going to swerve us and just all of a sudden Cody would be eliminated.
Fair play for Gunter to being in there since number 1.
Yeah.
And still having the energy to put on a show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's great. I think everybody recognizes that, and I think now, people who are in charge in WWE of WWE Creative are recognizing that, and we're going to see a lot more of him the rest of this year. There is a rumor, pinch of salt, that they are working towards Gunther versus Brock Lesnar for SummerSlam.
Ooh, that would be tasty.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, I think it would be tasty. It could go either way, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
So we shall see there. And my last question for you, and you can use, the knowledge you have from the rest of the event if you like. It's up to you. How do you feel about starting with the men's Royal Rumble match?
I thought it was a good choice.
I didn't at the time. When I was watching it, I'm like, why are you starting with this?
Yeah.
But then as the event went on, I'm like, okay, it makes sense.
Yes. It worked.
Because of what happened in the main event.
Yeah.
You couldn't have anything else happen after that main event.
No.
So fine. And I think that this was the weaker of the two Rumble matches, personally.
Do you?
Yeah. Well,
I thought the
maybe
Rumble matches were pretty much on par.
Yeah. We'll get to that when we get to the women's, but
I mean, in the women's one, there's one big major flaw.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, so predictions. It's the.
What did you predict there, Jeremy?
Well, who knows what I predicted? There was no predictability to this event at all.
Did you predict I don't know, Dominic Mysterio?
No, I actually predicted the Great Muta after.
Oh, did you?
After sucking the mist out of Shinsuke's mouth because Shinsuke was trying to change things up a little bit, and do the mist himself. No, I went with Cody Rhodes.
Oh, really?
Just a bit of an out there. That's left of field kind of idea.
Big out there, that is.
Yeah. Who did you go with?
I can't quite remember. I think
chap, wasn't it? Somebody with like a no name kind of guy. What's his name again?
I think it was Cody Rhodes.
That's it. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Hasn't had that many matches, in WWE. Like handful of matches since the pandemic. So yeah, cool. Good on the young guy, winning the match. So we start the final event in this quarter of predictions as the ones, because
we are the one.
Obviously Cody won because WWE spoiled that by announcing his return. Silly people. Silly people.
Yeah.
Let's move on away from the actual rumbleness. Pitch black match. Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight, or Los Angeles Knight, if you will.
LA Knight.
If you, I can't remember which character it was, but one of the Firefly Funhouse called him Los Angeles Knight.
Yeah.
Probably Rambling Rabbit because he's the funniest one of the group. Mixed thoughts on this one, personally. Would you like to kick it off?
I loved this one.
Okay.
I loved the whole concept. I loved Bray Wyatt in it. I loved LA Knight in it. I loved the Firefly Funhouse appearing out of nowhere and coming down the ramp, and at the end, Uncle Howdy dropping the elbow. Why the hell not? And just, I enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, as I said, I've got mixed feelings on this. I enjoyed the presentation. It was visually impressive. I loved the UV painted designs on Bray Wyatt, and you could not see those in the entrance, so it was a complete surprise to see what he looked like. I just basically liked LA Knight looking like a 90s porn star, just glowing in neon with his tights and his knee pads and all of that kind of stuff. The glowing ropes, the pink boards, the ropes caused a bit of an issue throughout the rest of the night because I think it left a slippy residue for everyone else to fall. It looks great, and if you're going to do a sponsorship, that is how you do it.
That's how you do it.
That is how you do it. So that was pretty good. But conversely, this did not meet the hype for me. I feel like we've waited a very long time for this match between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. and they could have done this at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
The match wasn't brilliant. It came and went very quickly. There was no real excitement in the match itself. The crowd couldn't see it, so they were sat on their hands for the entire time. And I just feel like there was no need to delay. We could have done this at Survivor Series, and we could be progressing this story a lot more neatly. The whole Bray Wyatt thing is taking too long. The Uncle Howdy, all of that, it's just taking too long. Mentioned that before. So, yeah, mixed feelings. And then you had Uncle Howdy completely miss the elbow drop.
There was that.
Which was disappointing. Like, how long have you had to practice this? Months. And you missed. Good job, probably Bo Dallas.
It probably is Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
It is Bo Dallas. I'm just saying it is Bo Dallas.
Yeah, we may never know who is actually behind the mask, because that would make it a better character if it isn't actually another person, if it is just Uncle Howdy. But there you go. Anything to add?
Well, nothing really to do with the match. Just, have you heard the theory on LA Knight becoming one of the characters?
I saw the theories when Bray Wyatt originally returned and had all those characters interspersed in the crowd. I did read all of the theories about physical embodiments of all of the characters, and LA Knight has always been one of those rumoured characters. Who would he be? Rambling Rabbit?
No, the theory is that he's going to be Huskus.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because when you go back and, when Uncle Howdy kidnapped LA Knight and tied him up,
yeah,
Uncle Howdy's singing a Little Piggy song. And when LA Knight, in one of them, when he was in the ring and Uncle Howdy appeared on the big screen, Uncle Howdy says, "What have you done, little piggy?" So everyone's kind of thinking that, Bray Wyatt's going to recruit him as Huskus the pig.
I think that would be atrocious, and I hope this never happens. I think that's a terrible, terrible idea. I've never been on board with the idea of the physical embodiments of the Firefly Funhouse characters. It's the people that are going to have to step in and do it. It's not going to do anything for their careers, and it's not really going to help this story with Wyatt progress. It's just a stupid idea.
Well, there's been the thing about Vincent and what's the other guy? Duke?
I've only heard Vincent coming in.
No, it's Vincent and another guy from Ring of Honor that he was in that stable.
In that stable, I couldn't tell you.
I think it was Duke. But they're apparently going in because they've been seen backstage at SmackDown, and they have been in the crowd at NXT.
Oh.
So,
I mean, I like Vincent. I think he's a great character. And I don't mind bringing in new characters being seen for the first time to do stuff with Wyatt. That's perfect. But converting LA Knight after he's only just got back to being LA Knight, no, please don't.
LA Knight, who used to be Max Dupree, who used to be Eli Drake.
Yeah. He needs to bring back the dummy button. That was amazing. Do you remember that in Impact Wrestling? Yeah, dummy. Yeah. It's just ridiculous and stupid, but that's the kind of stuff that I like. And I like stupid, obnoxious characters.
Yeah, we know you do.
Anyway, let's move on. Predictions. Who did you go for?
Oh, who did I go for? Well, I don't know. Maybe Bray Wyatt.
And who did I go for?
Oh, maybe Bray Wyatt.
Correct. We are the twos. 2 for 2 on the night so far, which is impressive for a Royal Rumble, it has to be said.
Yeah. On
to the next. Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defending against Alexa Bliss. This is going to be a very short conversation as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I have one pro.
Go.
I liked Bliss's aggression at the beginning of the match.
Mine as well.
Her dominating Bianca Belair for the majority of the early part of the match. That was cool. And then I've got nothing.
I've got one more pro.
Okay, go on.
Just Alexa Bliss.
Right. That's waning for me at this point, to be honest. She's disappointing me greatly.
I'm still happy to look at Alexa Bliss. Yeah,
okay, fine. Yeah, as a work of
art.
I'm
not talking about like what she does in the ring. I'm talking about just looking at her.
Yeah, no, I need more from people, unfortunately, than just
I'm
looking
happy
pretty.
Just to look at her.
Okay, right. This match was bad.
It was. This was definitely the match that happened of the night.
I don't even think it was a match that happened. I think it was just flat out bad. Considering what each of these women has produced in the past, I felt like there was no chemistry between them. They just kind of phoned it in, Alexa Bliss especially, and I don't understand why it was so bad.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to this match the most as a match. Terrible stuff.
I think, to be honest, WWE are too busy like sorting Alexa Bliss out with, the Uncle Howdy sort of stuff.
That's fine. So use that as part of the match. Actually have Uncle Howdy cost her the match.
Yeah.
Or her be distracted in some way. She was just beaten clean.
Yeah.
Which made no sense.
Have it like they had on the other week on Raw where they were in the crowd and Uncle Howdy actually showed up. And he was in that corridor bit, wasn't he? Have that. Have something like that happen. Or he just appears at the entrance ramp or something.
Yeah. Just
something like that.
Just stands up from where he just jumped off that thing. Just like they don't bother moving him for all that time. He can just lay there for a bit
above him.
And then just be like Uncle, and we've still got Uncle Howdy unconscious here in the corner of the crowd, and then all of a sudden he just like Undertaker pops up, and then that freaks Alexa Bliss out. Or they just
do like stick with the Bray Wyatt thing, and just all the lights go out, then a spotlight appears on him stood up, and then the lights come up again. Yeah, sorted.
Yeah.
Job just done. Why aren't we running things, Jazz?
You could even have used the kind of the hangover from the Pitch Black kind of thing, and you could have painted a design on Bianca Belair that made her look kind of creepy and dead. The lights go down, they put on the UV, and like Bianca Belair is there like as some kind of broken rag doll type thing, and it comes back up and she's normal again. That just totally freaks Alexa Bliss out, and she loses.
That would be good.
Literally anything to change the ending and actually add some excitement and entertainment to this match, because it was terrible.
Again, why aren't we running these things?
I just need a place on that writers group just to say, hey,
just start our own wrestling company.
Could you maybe not make this terrible? Just an idea. I know we're all working on the same page here. I would like this to not be terrible. Could we maybe do that?
Yeah.
Because you're doing so many things right now, but this is terrible. Just someone to step in and say, so do you have a plan for this match? No, we've been busy on other things. Right, yeah. Plan, please.
Plan.
Jesus. It frustrates me so much. Anyway, speaking of frustration, I'm a little confused, Dan. I'm a little confused. Who did you predict to win this match?
Bianca Belair.
Now, I don't wish to quote you, but
I know what you're going to say.
You have been on record in the past as saying whenever it's Alexa Bliss, I will always predict Alexa Bliss. So, the floor is yours. Please explain yourself.
Well, I just knew that Alexa Bliss wasn't going to win. It was inevitable.
I didn't have that level of confidence, and I did go for Alexa Bliss to win.
Did you actually?
Just from a legitimate, I thought she was going to win, and I thought they were going to use the belt to drive forward this Uncle Howdy story, because Bianca Belair has just been dull as Raw Women's Champion. She hasn't done anything. And
Blimey.
So I was wrong.
Oh, so
I'm still on 2, and you're on 3.
Oh, Don't call it a comeback.
I won't. I assure you I will not call it a comeback. I will make that promise to you now. I will not call it a comeback.
Damn it.
On to the next. Women's Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
A lot less to say about this one. I'm going to kick it off by saying that there was some super athleticism from the first 10 women.
Yeah.
And that Dana Brooke was also there.
Dana Brooke was there.
She tries hard, damn it. She tries so hard.
With Dana Brooke.
She tries hard, Dan.
Yeah, okay, but what's happening?
No, that's all they've got. Like, you go and speak to a Dana Brooke fan, and you try and have a reasoned conversation with them. Like, but she tries hard. She tries so hard.
Hold on. Did you just say that out there somewhere there is a fan of Dana Brooke?
There are lots of them. There are people who believe that she should be, reigning Raw Women's Champion right now. That was an interesting noise.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just purely on the basis that she tries so hard.
Yeah.
So you then rebut, but she hasn't improved in the ring since, how long has she been there? She's been there for ages. And she has not improved in the ring. Yeah, but she's trying hard. She trains a lot. I'm like, okay, but she still hasn't improved.
Still not great.
Yeah. She's still, she's not bad, but she's average. And she can't cut a promo still.
Yes.
And they took away the cool things that she did, like that kind of cartwheely jump flip thing. Like, they took that away from her. So I'm like, right, well, that's an interesting thing gone.
Yeah.
And, yeah. She's there. She's got a pulse. Cool.
She's got a pulse. She's got a pulse.
It seems to be the criteria that we're going for. That
you've got a pulse?
Yeah, it seems essential. Okay. Yeah. Meh.
Cool.
So yeah, there was that.
Anyway,
that match started a lot more wrestling-y, for lack of a better term, than the men's one, and I like that. Damage Control. That was my next pro.
Yeah.
I liked everything about them. In the same way that I like everything about them generally. The next thing that I liked, I suppose, was Shayna Baszler's face when Natalia's music hit. I felt she did a good job of selling the fact that she was scared of Natalya, which is an interesting proposition. I didn't really notice what happened with that, though. I didn't notice Baszler be eliminated. I didn't notice Natalya be eliminated. They both
got eliminated at the same time, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't remember by who.
Wasn't memorable, and I feel like you could have done a bit of a better job there to build their rivalry thing. So so there's that. Mine is basically just a list of people. Yeah,
I've got like Oscar.
Yeah.
Going back to is it Kana?
That was her name in Japan. Yeah.
Kana days, as it
kind
were.
Dark Asuka.
I loved the face paint she had. Really cool.
And shout out to BT Sport for calling that one in their random predictions that they put out. Like,
I know.
Just out of nowhere. Like, okay, Dark Asuka.
I've got one thing. No more Doudrop.
Yes, that is in my list as well. I have Doudrop is dead. Long live Piper Niven. And I even enjoyed the commentary team relentlessly making the jokes about it, using puns of the word drop and do.
I just want to know how many times the commentary team said Piper Niven. Piper Niven. It's Piper Niven, Piper Niven, Piper Niven, Piper Niven, Piper Niven, Piper Niven.
Until Vince comes back and she's Doudrop again.
Yeah.
But on the topic of commentary team, I enjoyed Corey Graves calling out the girl with the shiniest wizard moniker. Because he's right. It is dumb and it doesn't make any damn sense. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody, and I reacted in much the same way that you did earlier when I told you that Dana Brooke had fans. Somebody who called for Tegan Nox to win the Royal Rumble. I'm like, what have you been watching?
Yeah. What have you been smoking?
Her matches have been terrible since she's come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope.
She needs to go back to NXT for a bit.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't really understand her gimmick, and
no, I don't understand. I don't understand what she is.
It's very confusing. She's the girl with the shiniest wizard.
Yeah. Okay.
She's got that kind of colourful thing going on. That, fine.
Okay.
Apparently, she's also Lady Kane because she grew up watching Kane. I'm like, yeah, so did everyone, love.
Yes, that's like everyone in the world who watched wrestling in the 90s.
Yep. So that's not you. That doesn't make you special.
Does that make you Kane Jr.?
No, because it's not her daughter.
No, but are you Kane Jr.? Because you watched Kane when you were in the 90s.
Maybe, although I'm not Kane's son. And Kane was my favourite wrestler
what would you
for a
be
period. Well, nothing now because, it turns out that Glenn Jacobs is a right-wing nut job. So I'm not interested in...
Well, there is that, yeah.
In associating with that name at all anymore.
Mm.
Yeah, the big red bigot, as he's now known.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I just don't understand.
I don't understand
Tegan Nox. It's very confusing. She's very confusing. Back to the returning people.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green. Yeah.
Quickest elimination.
Yeah, the con is the quickest elimination. What? Why have you got to do it like that? What's that about?
Yeah.
Why bring someone back to just treat them badly? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Does not make sense. Make sense.
Can I say something about Chelsea Green that Corey Graves said?
Go on.
After she got eliminated, Corey Graves, I can't make fun of her husband now.
I didn't hear that.
I thought that was quite good, actually.
That's pretty good, yeah. He was not in the Men's Royal Rumble,
No.
As I predicted. Yeah. Not disappointing. Good.
Yeah, disappointing.
Yeah. So earlier, we had excellent cross-promotion with Mountain Dew. In this match, we had whatever the hell that was with Zelina Vega and Street Fighter.
Yeah, the Street Fighter.
Yeah, great. That is not how you do it.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I kind of liked how they did did the thing with Zelina Vega and Xia Li on the apron, and they tried to look like Street Fighter.
No, didn't like that.
Yeah.
All rubbish, all stupid.
I'm trying to find a positive here.
No, there's no need. It was awful from start to finish. No. What a waste of Zelina Vega as a character. I know that she does a lot of the cosplaying and all that kind of thing, but that is not who her WWE persona is.
No.
Especially now as the kind of the brains and the kind of spokeswoman for Legado del Fantasma. It just turned her into a caricature.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, a slightly racist one, especially when you added Xia Li into the mix and make them look like Street Fighter. This is awful.
This is dodgy.
Bad stuff. Bad stuff.
Yeah.
But not the worst.
No. Are we getting to that moment? Do we have to get to that moment?
We are at that moment.
Can I say before we say her name, how much they ballsed up the countdown for her to come in?
I did not notice that. Go on.
Did you not notice that? The countdown didn't even start, and then her music hit, and then the countdown came on the screen.
Oh.
So that's why everyone was just like, oh, what?
No, I probably didn't notice that because I was too busy just going, no, why? God, why? No. So everything else was in the background.
You said a lot of words there. But I want from you, Jeremy, one noise and facial expression to show your delight, lack of a better word, that Nia Jax is back.
Yeah, that is who we're talking about for anybody who didn't catch it. We are talking about Nia Jax.
Yeah. So I want one facial expression, one noise.
The word is dire.
And is that your facial expression?
Yeah. I just don't understand why anyone would bring her back.
No.
She wasn't one of the, like, oh no, poor Nia Jax been caught up in all the releases. No, she was released because she was a massive anti-vax prick and she was rubbish, yeah.
Yeah, and she was hurting every person she fought against.
And I'm sure there were a couple of injuries that she inflicted on the remaining people in the Rumble as she, bowled through them. Like, please no. And you're going to ruin the bloodline by putting her in it, aren't you? Or some nonsense.
If they do that, I'm going to do something, I don't know.
I'm going to put this bloodline shirt in the bottom of my drawer and not wear it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm
going to burn mine.
Oh, there you go.
Especially if they bring out a shirt with her on it with the bloodline. I will buy that shirt just to burn it.
Just burn her face out of it. And just have your nipple sticking out instead or something.
That'd be fine. That'd be better than seeing
it will be allegorious, you know, a giant nipple sticking out instead of Nia Jax, because she is a giant nipple.
It would be much better than seeing Nia Jax's face.
Yes. So, you know, she was the last entrant, and it did leave a bitter taste in our mouth. But last pro, not to end on a low, the ending spot was pretty good.
Yeah.
The flipping them off. That's a terrible term. What
are you doing, Jez?
Liv being flipped off the apron.
Yeah.
While Rhea Ripley was holding onto the ropes. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice thing, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't use words. My brain is still addled with illness.
I know what you mean.
Let's move on to predictions, honestly, before the wheels completely come off. Who did you go with?
I went with Rhea Ripley.
Congratulations to you. You are now on 4. I went with Becky Lynch.
Did you actually?
I went with Becky Lynch.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm now down 2. I'm stuck down here on my lowly 2, and you're on 4. Yeah, I really thought that Becky Lynch was going to win. It casts into question what the whole point of bringing Charlotte back and having her beat Ronda Rousey was, because I thought that's where they were going. Well, Becky and Charlotte. No, I haven't yet. No.
Do you want me to spoil it for you?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about it next time. That was some good content. Let's move on. Very quickly before the main event, the Hardy performance.
Right.
Would you like to share your thoughts on Hardy? That was a big shrug.
Yeah, just for people who are just listening and not watching, I just shrugged.
Now, I'm not sure which Hardy this was, to be honest. But what I will say is delete. Awful performance. I liked the song. The studio version of the song sounded pretty good, but apparently he cannot perform his own song live. So
I think as soon as I started hearing him sing badly, I went off and made a snack or got a drink or something.
The only thing that he could do well was the kind of screamcore aspect of it. The actual singing bits, he was out of tune and was all over the place. No, not good. Not good. Yeah. Onwards then to the main event.
Let's get on to the important stuff.
The undisputed WWE Universal. I went Sean Connery. Universal Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. More pros than cons.
Yeah.
I liked this match. It's fair to say.
Yeah.
you kick us off. What did you like?
So I liked that Owens was getting the upper hand a bit more in this. It was almost like a moment of, okay, this is actually quite a threat, you know?
Yeah.
To Roman Reigns, you know, he was actually putting up a fight.
The match was a lot more even than the majority of the matches we've seen, especially since Reigns unified the belts. They've just been walkovers mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved Roman Reigns, as I always do now. You know, the way he kind of walks around, stalks around, and the way he just talks to the camera and the audience and everyone else.
Yeah.
I just love that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really still digging this dominant championship reign, and I hate long title reigns.
Yeah.
But this one is on point, and I can't imagine anybody beating him at any point soon. I know it's coming. Yeah. But I just can't imagine it doing anything for anyone. I don't know. Before the match kicked off, I thoroughly enjoyed the look on Paul Heyman's face as he watched on as Samantha Irvin absolutely nailed Roman Reigns' ring introduction. Because normally he does it. You know? When Mike Rome tries to do the introduction, he snatches the mic and does it. But for whatever reason, he let her do it, and then he just kind of looked at her with a kind of,
all right,
respect, Samantha Irvin. You nailed that. Fair play. Good job. And there are some of her introductions that I cringe at, but the Roman Reigns one was not. Basically, Imperium. I'm like, oh, please don't do that. Ludwig Kaiser. I'm like, that makes me feel uncomfortable, actually. Please don't make that noise again. And then she goes, Giovanni Vinci. I'm like, oh my god, my skin. It's crawling. I can't. But that one was good.
Yeah.
No skin crawling or visceral responses from the Roman Reigns introduction. Because she basically just did it like Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how the Usos and Solo Sikoa weren't there to begin with. I quite liked that. I liked how it was Sami Zayn was the only one there with Paul Heyman, you know. Yeah.
I kind of have mixed feelings about how it all went down. And that comes down to the pros and cons I have, really. I didn't understand the hesitation with the chair, like to go and get him a chair. Yeah. Because Sami Zayn has been all in up to this point and has been doing absolutely everything desperately to prove his worth.
Yeah.
I know we had in the trial on Raw 30, we had the, I'm just not going to defend myself thing. Fine. But it still didn't make sense from a storytelling point of view. Why now all of a sudden he's got a conscience and he doesn't want to get Roman a chair to help him cheat because he's been all fine with that for months. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
I liked then, as a result, that in the end, Roman Reigns won without help. Because any assistance that Sami Zayn offered actually then backfired on them. And so what Reigns did was have to do it by himself and beat Owens clean, which he ended up doing in the end.
Yeah.
And I say clean, obviously the slamming onto the ring steps was really dirty. Probably one of the dirtiest things that we've seen in WWE for a long time. Very cringy and mega kudos to both of those guys to be able to pull that spot off safely because I don't know how you do that. How do you slam someone onto pointed metal? I don't care what metal it is, even if it's a softer metal. Like, how do you do that? Was it 3 times?
Twice.
Like, multiple times without cocking it up and paralyzing a person. There's a lot of trust between these guys, obviously. And I'm impressed. I'm
like in awe. There's a few times, like when I think it was the first time I kind of because it looked like his head ricocheted off like the corner of the step.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, like very impressive that you pull that off without without hurting someone and causing huge damage, because one misstep and that's potentially someone's life over. Right?
Yeah.
Very, very dangerous. But so kudos to them for pulling that off. But other than that, it was a clean win, and I think that was needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was uncomfortable to watch. The botched moonsault by Kevin Owens was uncomfortable to watch, but he recovered well from it. You know,
he recovered it. Yeah,
he just did a different move instead, which is what I think a few weeks ago in an episode I was asking people to just move on and do something else instead of try and repeat the spot. Kevin Owens obviously listens to the podcast, must be a big fan. Yeah. Listened, good job, KO. That's why we love you. Just went and did something else, did a senton instead to continue the spot. Fine. And then when the match was over, the uncomfortable beatdown that took place, I liked the throwback to the breakup of the Shield.
Yeah.
You know, the Seth Rollins turning on Roman with the chair. It was pretty much the same shot, same angle, same everything. Yeah. And then no mercy for Owens or for Sammy.
Yeah, they beat the hell out of them.
Yep. Just dying over here. Yeah. So shocked am I by the what's the word I'm looking for? So shocked am I by the violence that we saw unleashed on Owens and Zayn that I'm dying slowly over here in the corner. So it's finally happened. We have finally seen the dissolution of Sami Zayn as part of the bloodline. No longer the honorary Uce. No longer an Uce at all.
The way he got his shirt ripped off was quite dramatic.
How do you feel about the way that they've done this? The way that they've broken it up? The way that they've ended this Sami Zayn thing?
I thought it was okay. I thought it could have been done better.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm intrigued by the Jey Uso aspect of it.
Yeah. How he's just walked away from it, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you've seen Raw, and I would hope that they've done something on Raw to develop this even slightly. But, yeah, well, figures. Thanks, WWE. But it's very interesting considering how the whole tribal chief, head of the table thing started, and the very first person to oppose that was Jey Uso. And if we can get back round where it's not just Sammy that leaves, Jey Uso leaves the bloodline as well, because technically, putting on my nerd goggles, the current Raw Tag Team Champions are Jey Uso and Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
So technically, those championships are no longer undisputed.
And they're also doing a tournament for just the SmackDown ones, aren't they? So I'm wondering if they are going to break them up.
Yes. And it leads me to my next thought, kind of bringing it all together. I think that they are going to defend each World Championship separately at WrestleMania. Because how do you put Cody Rhodes in this mix? This has been the story for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
People have come and gone in the title picture, but largely it's been about Sami Zayn for a long time.
Yeah.
Now it's definitely about Sami Zayn. So how do you then go, oh, hi, by the way, Cody Rhodes, Royal Rumble winner, nice to meet you. I'm actually going to fight for those titles. I know that you've got a thing going on here, Sammy, but if you could just sit in the corner and this story will not progress for a while, that'd be great.
I reckon they will do Cody for the World Heavyweight and Sammy for the Universal, because Cody's always been about, the World Heavyweight.
The WWE title,
WWE title, always been after that one, that specific one. So I think Sammy should go for the Universal.
I agree. And because, as well, I don't think they want to end Roman Reigns' reign. I think they want to give him the longest World Championship reign, or at least get into that top 3. He's not far off Hulk Hogan now, I think it was.
I think Cole said he is 140 days away from passing
one of Hulk Hogan's reigns, I think.
Oh, what's
San Martino?
That one.
Right. Yeah, I know there is a reign that he is, as you say, 100 and something days away from. And I think they at least want to beat that one.
Yes.
The Universal title is what he started with.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be longest of all time.
No. I think he'll retire before that option is possible, to be honest with you.
A decade.
It's a very long time. It's not going to happen. But he can definitely go on to what I think is 3rd place on the list.
Yeah.
So that would
bring that on.
That would be I'm all for that, because again, I don't actually want to see Roman Reigns lose the championship. No. But we do need a world championship that people can actually win as well. That needs to be a thing.
That would be the WWE World Heavyweight. And Cody's going to go for, probably.
Yes.
Unless Cody just dethrones and takes them both.
I hope that doesn't happen. And WrestleMania is 2 nights. You could have a World Championship match a night. Yeah. Or you could, I think it was WrestleMania 2000 with the Intercontinental and European Championships. You could, 2-fall, triple threat it. First fall for one belt, second fall for the other. That would be an epic main event.
Yeah.
But again, though, you are then just thrusting Cody Rhodes into an existing story and not getting the proper payoff. But Reigns is cool. He can do it all.
Elimination. The Elimination Chamber's next, right?
Yeah.
I reckon Sami Zayn is going to be in the Elimination Chamber for one very good reason.
He's on the poster.
Somebody has leaked a picture of, the commemorative chairs that they get.
Oh, yeah.
Of Sami Zayn in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, that's spoiled that.
So a number 1 contendership Elimination Chamber, maybe. That's what gets Sami Zayn his spot.
Yeah, Roman Reigns won't go in the Elimination Chamber. I bet you he won't.
No, there's no point.
Well, I know that, and this is going to be a bit of a spoiler for Raw for you, but they're doing the United States Championship being defended in the Elimination Chamber.
Neat. I dig that. Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah. So, wow, are we going to have loads of them then, or is there just not going to be a women's one?
Don't know.
It's interesting.
Just all Elimination Chamber.
Because that's 2 already. If you're going to have this number 1 contendership one, and you're going to have a US title one.
Yeah. Is there going to
2
be
already?
One?
Yeah. Crazy.
We're just going to have them for all the titles.
Why not?
The women's one, 2 women's titles. There'll be the women's tag, Intercontinental, United States.
Both men's tags, because as we've just established, they're not together anymore.
So that's 7. And we're not going to do the big ones. So 7. There you go. That's what's going to happen, Jez.
Book it, Dano. Any final thoughts about this match before we roll it up and look at our predictions?
No.
Okay. Slightly more on the nose in terms of these predictions. I went with Roman Reigns, obviously. You went with Roman Reigns, obviously. So we add a point each. I finish on 3. You finish on 5.
Can I just say, for the Royal Rumble, I got a clean sweep.
You did.
I think that's quite impressive.
That is impressive, yeah. But considering the 2 Royal Rumble matches,
that
is impressive. It does speak a lot to the predictability of WWE at the moment, but it is impressive, and I will give you your kudos there. However, it annoys me because it brings the final score of this quarter to this.
Get this out of the ready.
I am on 31. You are on 31.
It's a comeback!
It's a tie. We already know what I feel about ties. And yeah, the belt cannot change hands on a tie or on a disqualification. And you know what? So what that means is we're just going to roll it forward. We're just going to roll it forward. This quarter, we'll roll into the next one. We'll keep the score going. And it comes down to WrestleMania to see who wins the belt.
Back.
So
what
disappointed.
Comeback.
Oh, dear me. So on that bombshell, I guess that's our show.
Yeah.
With the anticlimactic disappointment of you keeping the belt again.
Our new belt.
I've got a cat here now getting involved and creating shadows. Like you can see him messing around in the background. It's all gone wrong, Dan. That's
all gone
what's
wrong
going on
for you.
Yeah. Well, great. I will start to play us out.
Play us out.
Next week, it's NXT Vengeance Day.
Word.
And I hope that it is not as bad as New Year's Evil was, because that was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Thanks for giving me flashbacks.
Until next week, I've been Jez. I hope my voice has not been too distracting throughout this episode, but I'm not a well man. Over to you.
And I've been the retaining champion, Dan.
I shouldn't have passed it over to you. I should have just spoken for you. This has been the Main Event Podcast. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.